Okay, perfect. All right, welcome, everybody. We are so excited to have you here and so honored that you would take a few minutes on your Monday night to join us to learn a little bit about something that we are incredibly passionate about, but also to share some excitement of what an incredible blessing this could be for you too. Because if you're here tonight, that means that somehow there's a little curiosity as to why these people are talking about Disney and they also talk about poop all the time. So, we're going to throw that down for you. If you don't know already, my name is Julia and this is Erin. As Gary says, she's on this side of me.
Hello.
So,
Yes, you're
not
on
sure
this
which
side of
way,
me. So I
but
don't know.
we're both nurses, tenured nurses. I've been a nurse for 24 years. Erin, how many years last time did we count?
22.
Okay.
This is
So,
2026. Yeah, so 22. I was
yeah.
doing math earlier today and figured out together, I said, I think we have more than 45 years of nursing experience. Isn't that like almost disgusting to
That's
say
amazing.
out
That's
loud?
amazing.
But I was
Amazing for
right.
all of you.
I passed the math exam. So
That
yeah.
is, I mean, I'm just impressed you were doing math alone. I don't,
That's it. Well,
I always
I had
depend
to
on
take off
pharmacists
my
for my
shoes
math.
and there weren't enough
That's
toes.
right. That's right.
Fine. Good
But
thing I
we
have
are
children.
we are super pumped that you guys are here and we are so excited to share with you tonight. So, just a couple little things before we get started. First of all, as you're listening, if there's a question that pops into your head that you're like, I wonder how this works, or I've always been curious about this, please pop it in the chat. At the end of tonight, we're going to go through those questions and make sure that we've answered them at some point in time over the next 15, 20 minutes, or that we have been able to, that we would be able to address it and then answer it at that point in time. So make sure you put your questions down below. We understand not everybody here is comfortable, unmuting themselves and talking on Zoom, and that is totally okay. We are just super excited that you're here. But we do want to know your questions and we want to know your hearts and how we can best serve you because honestly, ultimately, that is what we're here for. We are here to serve you to the best of our ability, to love you, to let you know that there is hope out there and to help you find that hope. So, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to my co-partner here, Miss Erin. I keep pointing to the wrong way. It's probably
No,
going to happen
you
all
were
night.
right
Just
the first time. Well,
oh,
on my screen. I don't know about everyone
okay.
else's. It's a
Apparently, it's just my
mystery.
screen. It's fine.
But hello, I am Erin. I'm so excited, like Julia said, to be here. And many of you throughout the years have heard my health testimony, which is a beautiful one. I love sharing. God is in every single detail. But one thing that I haven't shared as often, or that many of you maybe don't know, is that when I started Plexus, we were actually buried in debt. We were living paycheck to paycheck. We Life had hit and it had hit really, really hard, mentally, physically, and financially. And I was praying for an answer. Um, we for a way to be paved for me to have more quality time at home with my family, but to also just have a little bit of breathing room to pay those grocery bills, the gas bills. Vacation at that point, like, wasn't even a conversation. And if it was, we knew that it was going to result in us accruing more credit card debt. So, honestly, the trips at that time weren't my dream. Breathing was. Creating more options, creating more margin for our family, paying our bills, paying down the enormous medical debt that had become snowballing, suffocating credit card debt because of some things that we walked through in losing our daughters and some decisions that were made, whether they were the best decisions or not, they were the decisions that we could cope with at that time. But they resulted in debt. And then it seems like when life hits, it hits really hard. And it just kept coming, not only from a mental and physical standpoint, but from a financial strain standpoint. And before we knew it, we were under this suffocating umbrella of debt and trying to just survive. And trying to just survive has this way of stealing your ability to dream again. So, Honestly, the trips, like I said, they weren't my dream. It felt completely frivolous to be thinking about planning a vacation when we were just trying to survive. Um, what amazed me wasn't that Plexus was offering trips. It was that I actually was given an opportunity to help people get healthy, to still serve people and love people well, but in a different capacity and with a schedule that I got to work around my family's schedule. The good Lord had multiplied our family. Again, if you haven't heard my health testimony, I would love to share it with you anytime. But he had multiplied our family here on earth when everyone else said that that was impossible. But we know with God, all things are possible. And when we least expected it, he did that. And I knew that there was no way that he would provide these little blessings and not make a way for me to spend more quality time at home with my family. So, um, not only did he provide that way, but he brought me home from a full-time nursing management position that was absolutely destroying my marriage, my quality family time, and causing me to totally miss the moments in the life right in front of me. Instead of being at work all the time and home very little, he flipped that script and he brought me home full time with my babies. And now I just get to pick up PRN shifts in the ER. I still get to do what I love. I still get to take care of people. And then I get to come home. And I get to do it all around my family schedule. And not because I have to, but because I want to. The wildest part is that through this opportunity that he provided, this community that I have come to know and love, and this ultimately this business opportunity that he's placed in my hand to steward well, he gave me the opportunity to grow and become a better leader, a better wife, a better mom. And while I was doing those meaningful things, the company that I linked arms with was offering, hey, why don't you come to the Bahamas? Then Cancun, then Disney, then Maui. And I thought, wait, hold on. I get to become a better person. I get to become a better version of me, mentally, physically, and financially speaking. And also, not instead of, but also get to make memories with my family. That is something like no other position in my life ever offered. So here
Mm.
I am, a full-time stay-at-home mama. I'm a sports taxi mama during the day. I'm a gut health and wellness ambassador around my schedule, my family schedule, and most importantly, to my heart and to our family and to our lives here on this earth, I'm an ambassador for Christ. And that is something that I get to lead with now that I've never been able to do in any other position that I have filled. Oh, yeah, it could be a side dish like on my plate. Like it could be well, we know that you love the Lord and we know your faith but it couldn't be the main course. It couldn't be the main event. It couldn't be what I led with. And now it is, and it's been an absolute blessing. So I just want to encourage you that maybe you're the mama that's like, I I can't even think about going to Disney. Like that feels frivolous to me because I don't know how I'm going to come up with our utility bill that's due tomorrow or next Friday. Um, I see you. I was you. And the beautiful part of this is it's something that you can literally earn a trip to Disney while you're also earning a paycheck to pay for those extras, those groceries, the gas, the if you have credit card debt, medical debt like we did. So, with that, I want to pass it back to Julia and she can share a little bit about her story.
Yes, I love that. And I think it's funny because we often don't realize how similar our stories are. But once we start hearing them, there is so many people that struggles this way. And this is why we have such a deep passion to share it because we know where we were. We weren't looking for a business. I mean, both Aaron and I were full-time working nurses. And there was no additional extra on our plates to be able to go around of us because the hospital got everything we had basically. And then our family got some. Or, if you're really good, you might be able to balance that a little bit more. But in all honesty, that's kind of how it works. And I just remember, so obviously during 2020, 2021, my heart was really being pulled from the industry because I felt like we had really missed the mark on a lot of things, and the ability to provide actual care was muted in a lot of senses. So the Lord really started to do a work on my heart. And back in 2023, I got the absolute privilege of being able to step away from my nursing job as a full-time nurse. Technically, I was hired as part-time, but I was completing full-time hours. But as a full-time nurse, and come home with my family because my paychecks were paying me as much as I was making at the bedside. So to me, it was a no-brainer. I'm like, I can either be staying at the bedside and stressed out and just stay there, or I can be home with my family and really be able to focus on my family. But one of the things that Erin mentioned that resonates with me so deeply, that may resonate with you too, is I had not realized how much I had stopped dreaming. Because I don't know if you guys ever play this game. My husband used to love to play the game of, what if we won $1 million? What if we won the lottery? Like, and to a point, I thought it was funny, but sometimes it got annoying because in my head, I knew that was never going to happen. And I was always going to be a nurse that had to work my booty off to be able to help us pay bills. And so over time, I got to a point where I didn't even dream. And we rarely were able to take vacations. We tried to take maybe one a year. But like Erin said, there's not a whole lot of time. Andrew only allotted 2 weeks paid vacation a year. And so that was something that holds you. And I'm sure those of you who are on here, maybe you're not nurses, but if you have another job, that job kind of controls what you're free to go do and what you're not free to go do. And a lot of times PTO or not paid time off or even time off dictates a lot of that. And because of that, I had literally found myself to where I wasn't even ambitious for the most part. And when I started digging into Plexus and realized it was I almost feel like I stumbled upon it because it was so easy. Because when I started, here's my two biggest things. My biggest thing, number one, was I was struggling in my health and nobody knew it because I looked like a healthy person on the outside. Oh, sorry, my thumb's going up there, people. So I was struggling in my health and nobody realized it because I looked healthy. And number two, I did not make enough money to be able to add an additional 50, $100 to our bills every month. So I already knew if I was going to take these products and if they worked for me, that I was going to be intentional about sharing them because I needed to get my products paid for. And that's exactly what I did. So the first month, I will tell you guys, prepare yourself. This gets real technical here. Ready? I shared on Facebook. I literally put up a post with my drink and I was like, I have no idea if you've ever struggled with heartburn or headaches or just didn't have enough energy to feel like you were parenting well. But if you have, I'm right there with you and I found something that helps me. And if it can help you, I would love to help you. And I kid you not, I had my products paid for and my husband's products paid for that we started him on the following month by month 2. And I'm telling you that because I want you to understand sometimes we get really good at overcomplicating things. And we psych ourselves out in our brain to say, oh, well, she may have earned a trip to what? Punta Cana. She may have earned a trip to the Bahamas, but oh my gosh, I wonder how much stuff she had to sell. I am a very firm advocate that I'm not a salesperson. I love people and I love people so well that I want to make sure if I know it's helped me, I want to share it with them. And that's literally all you have to do. I know it sounds complicated, but it is not. It is so, so simple. And that's really what we want you guys to hear tonight is it's not about Disney, though we are going to go into that and how you can earn a trip for you, your spouse or your family or whatever you want to take. but it's more about the ability to dream again. It's really about the focus on getting to where you have the ability and the freedom in your life. Because right now, let's see this. Let's do this. If you feel overwhelmed in your life with your job, with just life in general, I want you to type a one in the chat. I would love to see how many of us can say in the last couple months we have felt overwhelmed in our lives. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Because you guys, here's the thing life is overwhelming. It is overwhelming. When you find something so simple, your brain automatically will click to, oh, this has got to be too good to be true. But when you really break it down, and Erin, please unmute and pop in here too. But when we really break it down, that's as simple as it can get. And that's really all we get to do. But we get the beauty of sharing hope because we have something that I will tell you, I personally could not find other places. I was on a good probiotic. I had taken other supplements from other companies. None of them ever helped to reverse the issues I was having until I found Plexus and until I found products that worked together to actually help nutrify my body to allow it to heal. Because you guys, no matter who you are, God designed your body to heal when we give it the right things. And so as nurses coming out of nursing and stepping into an industry that we actually have the ability to help people get better with and no longer suffer with the things that they're suffering with and be able to have answers for that, that is so freeing. But it's not just for nurses. It's for nurses, it's for doctors, it's for um, teachers, it's for social workers, it's for, help me out, stay-at-home moms. Like it's for church people. That's right. Pastors. It's for anybody. And the thing is, all you have to be willing to do is share exactly what's happening with you and say, hey, I know this was helpful to me, and I'm so grateful that somebody shared it with me. So I'm willing to step out there and put it out there. Good and the bad and the ugly, you guys. That's really what it's about. Good and the bad and the ugly. Because people want to see the real you and they want to see us. And when you do that and you show them that there's hope through that, that's exactly what we do here. We get to share hope with people for a living. And I will tell you, I love saving lives. Don't get me wrong. You give me a good bloodbath anytime and I'll take it. But it is completely different whenever I get to save a life by helping them prevent things that hold them hostage in their life.
Yeah, living a better quality life. And I think that that's like, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. We tend to overcomplicate things. And I am like the number one skeptic. I was like, no, that sounds way too good to be true. The first trip that I earned, I'm like, that, I mean, really? Um, we use the products, we share our story, and we invite people in and we help and support them along the way. Like it literally is the most beautiful community and don't overcomplicate it. It has
Yes.
been, and like Julia said, she got her products covered and her husband's products covered by month two just by being relatable. And you have a sphere of influence, whether you realize it or recognize it or not.
Mhm.
Julia has a different sphere of influence, and I have some of ours kind of cross over because we are twisted nurses. But other than that, people are going to relate to you. Like Julia probably had a lot of tired nurses and tired mamas that related to her post. They're like, yeah, I'm tired of feeling this way. And so you have an opportunity to bless people, and you don't have to be a nurse to do this. I want to be very clear about that. That's what's been so invigorating for me is yes, we are both nurses, but if you've ever wanted to make an impact on somebody's wellness, health and wellness, I will tell you that this is a more powerful way to prevent them from ending up in the ER, to change their quality of life on the daily instead of waiting until they get into a situation where at this point we just are stabilizing, treating, and trying to find what's going to keep them alive longer, essentially.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's a beautiful thing. And the thing is, you don't have to decide tonight if this is for you or not. But if something stirred in your heart while Julia or I were talking, if you've just been surviving instead of dreaming, we'd love to walk alongside you. And for those of you that are here that are like, like, I've got the groceries and gas paid for. I just want to get to Disney. Like, we're here for that too. Because
Yeah.
guess what? We're going. And we
Yeah, we
want to
are.
take every single one of you with us.
Yes.
I truly believe that God never called me to chase a paycheck. Like
Mhm.
I'm content with the life that I am living now. He called me to love people and love people well and to care for them. And I believe that's why I wound up in nursing. I believe that that's why I'm here. It just so happens that when you genuinely help enough people in this business, when you genuinely love people well in this business and help them get healthier, you help them dream again and find hope, then the paycheck actually follows. And that can be in the form of a trip to Disney, that can be in cash money, it's actually both. When you earn Disney, you're also getting paid. And in
Yes.
case we weren't clear on that, you are
Here we
earning
go.
Disney and you are doing the things that are also going to earn you a
Yeah.
paycheck in addition to
Yeah.
earning an incredible trip. And I will just say, I've been to Disney World before. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed. We were able to take our oldest daughter, but I can't wait to go to Disney World with Plexus because they do everything top notch.
Yeah. You
And
guys, and I think that's okay. Finish what you're
no,
saying.
go
Sorry.
go ahead. I just wanted to leave you with
Yeah.
this. Disney ultimately, if that's the destination for you, let's lock arms. We know how to get you there.
Yeah.
We are the girls to help you and help your teams and help your family and help your friends. But ultimately, in the grand scheme and picture of this life, Disney's not the destination. Hope is, health
Mhm.
is, freedom is, breathing room is. Disney just gets to be one of the many celebrations along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. And while you're on that, I would love to go over what I'm trying to figure out where to start here. So, with Disney, let's just go over experiences from the past.
Yeah.
Let's say, what was your favorite trip? First of all, first trip, favorite trip you've been on so far with Plexus.
Oh man. Oh, that's so hard to pick a favorite. I think I would have to say the Bahamas because it was sentimental to us. We had been to the
Yeah.
Bahamas when I was pregnant with the twins. And so for that being my first trip with Plexus, it was like a total full circle moment that we got to
Oh,
go back there where we had traveled with them. So
I love that.
for
I
me,
love
it
that.
just was like so special.
Yeah, that's amazing.
What
I
about you?
will I would say I mean, I have had the beautiful privilege of earning trips for the last few years, and I can't necessarily pick one, but what I love is I've been able to take my family with me. So the first one I took my husband, just my
Uh,
husband and I. The last two, I've taken one of each of my daughters, and we've made it a mom and daughter trip. And you guys, I will tell you, that's when I'm talking about dreaming, I never ever dreamed that big. Never ever would I have in my mind thought that I could take a trip with one of my children,
yeah.
just them and I, to be able to make memories just together. And I absolutely love the fact that we partner with a company that loves families so well that they're not only concerned with your ability to succeed and your ability to provide, but they're also want to create lasting memories for you and your family. And I think that's what's super cool about this. So I would definitely say my favorite is just the fact that I've been able to take my family individually with me over time. And that has been like something those are memories I will never be able to get back. But Disney, we're taking the whole family, man. We're
That's right.
all going. We're
Well,
all going.
and thinking about that community and like just being on these trips in the past and just different Plexus events, it always like warms my heart to see the families. Like it's
Yes.
husband and wife, kiddos, like just even at like the celebrations and the parties, like, the little dad and daughter dancing and like it's
Yes.
just so precious.
It
Like
is.
and it, that com just the community is so different than anything that I've
Agreed.
ever experienced before. And I really just came to that realization of dreaming bigger, honestly, pretty recently. Because even though, I mean, I guess it's kind of come in stages, but just I finally allowed myself to let go and dream big again. And I've always been that person with this enormous imagination. Like, I've always been this visionary. I'm always like the one with all the crazy schemes and ideas, and my husband's like the one grounding me. Like, he- he's supportive, but he also is my grounding rod when I get a little crazy. But I had lost some of that along the
Mhm.
way because when life hits and it hits so hard, you just start to
Yeah.
settle for the thought of,
Yeah.
well, this is just how it is after you
Yeah.
get older, after you walk through tragedy, after you, um, just feel beat up
Yeah.
mentally and physically and have been
Yeah.
financially strained and you're like, when is this gonna let up?
Yeah.
So just recently, and I realized that I had been dreaming a little bit bigger in just the things that the Lord had already provided. Like it was never, you and I talked about this the other day, it was never on my radar as a nurse to be able to be at home full time with my kids. And maybe that's not a dream of yours, and that's okay. But I didn't even know to dream it. I just was wired I went to school to be a nurse. I will work as a nurse for the next 40, 50, 60
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And I will make the most of the moments with my family. But I was very much like you. When I got home, they were getting my leftovers. And
Yeah.
I was working extremely long hours and all of that. But I just recently even discovered not only do I get to be home, but like the next step of dreaming for me was just seeing like the idea of being able to bring the family to Disney World,
Yeah.
and it's just such a beautiful thing. So,
It is. I would say one of the things I have a question for the rest of you
yeah.
is let's do a two this time because we like number twos in this state in this industry. Number two, number
Yes, we
two.
do like to go number two.
So
It's
if
normal. Don't make it weird.
if you have ever found that you stopped dreaming, type a number two in the chat. Because I will tell you, I feel like that is something that is so common. And I think a lot of it is because of life. And a lot of it is because we get used to working in the daily grind and it becomes our identity. But let me tell you guys that your identity is far more than what you do for a living.
Hmm.
Your identity as a human is to help other humans know they are loved, know they are seen, know that there is hope, no matter what we do. And in all honesty, like that is all the heart that you have to do this business. Now, I will tell you, as a nurse, I really wish I would have known and been educated about gut health years ago
Same.
because we could even go off on that a little bit, but I want to respect your guys' time.
I'm not sure we have enough time for that.
No,
That
we don't
might
have
be
it.
number
We'll have
two.
to do another. We'll have to do a number two for that.
We'll have to have a number two.
Okay, this is going to be real fun too.
That really snuck right in there perfectly.
Yeah, you did. So we'll do
Who
another one for
would
that.
like a number two?
If you'd like a number two, type a number two in the chat. You guys, we
I
can
love
make
it.
poop jokes all day long, but for real,
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. We do.
I will tell you though, if you are looking for something that can bring home 300 to 500 extra bucks for you a month to be able to pay for groceries, to be able to pay for a car payment, to be able to pay for something, that you are in the right place. If you are looking for something to be able to offset your income so you can come home and be home with your family, you are in the exact right place at the exact right time. Gut health is one of the fastest growing industries, and Plexus is at the very top because they have some of the best quality engineering with their products, with their science board. They're ahead of the game in every single way. And I will tell you in the next 12 years, they will be an in-home name like Mary Kay and Pampered Chef.
Yeah.
And this is the industry, this is the business, this is the company, and I will boldly say this is the team that you want to be on to
Yeah.
be able to take that ride. Because I will tell you, we hunker down and we bless the socks off of people, and that is literally the gist of what we do. And if you are able to partner with people because you love people, because you want to see them do better, because you believe that they are made for more, and you know in your deep heart that they are made for more, you are in the exact right place. Because that right there is exactly what we're here for. That is what we're looking for to partner with. And you know what? Sometimes I will tell you, when I first started, I didn't see that big vision. I don't know about you, Erin, but I did
Yeah.
not see that big vision. I was like, I'll get my products paid for. That's good for me. But I will
Yeah.
tell you, in a matter of 3 months, you guys, the amount of people's lives that were texting me and telling me, thank you for sharing, this has changed my life. I never once looked back, because those are the most inspiring, most propelling, and most impactful text messages you will ever receive. To know that you had some small form in giving somebody back their life with their family, their life just for themselves to be able to feel healthy again. Like, I'm telling you, there is so many things we could go on to with gut health in itself. But
Yeah. Well, I say it all the time. When you feel better, you show up better for your family, for your
yeah.
calling. And it is truly our mission to help people feel their best so they can not just walk, but run into the calling that God has on their life. And this very much can be a vehicle for any ministry or mission or calling that you have on your life. Most things, most greater levels of impact are made with some type of financial backing. And this has been a beautiful one. I didn't even touch on that, but it's been a beautiful, not only supplemental income for our family to pay down debt, to keep me home, to get me home, keep me home, and more with the kids, but it has been the primary financial fuel that has initiated our foundation ministry in memory of our daughters. And there are people utilizing Plexus as a vehicle to walk out their mission all over the country, all over the world. There are orphanages that have been purchased and planted. There's money going to mission fields directly from impacting lives, and it's purposeful. It's purposeful. Like Julia was saying, we're sharing products that work with people that we love and teaching them how to do the exact same thing. And getting those messages back will bless the socks off of you when somebody says, thank you so much for sharing. I feel so much better. Oh my goodness, I had the energy to run with my grandkids today. That is huge. Like, that is a huge win. So I know we were going to dive into some of the more tactical ways to like exactly how to get to Disney. And I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that. Now, when we get the exact game plan, when
Mhm.
contest opens and we have the exact credits, the mapping, the game plan, we are here and we are here to jump back on and walk through the nitty-gritty details of exactly what that means. But I'm going to give you a high-level overview. Exactly what we told you. Take the products, share, help, support, love people well. That is essentially how you're going to get paid and how you're going to feel your best and how you are going to also earn Disney. Um, and doing that on repeat consistently and showing up. Julia, what do you have to add to that?
Oh, I was just going to say that I think is why so many people, first of all, see this and they're like, that's it can't be right. It is, I promise. The thing is, you have to be coachable. Number one
Yeah.
thing, you have to be coachable. We all step into this business as a brand new person, and we typically stink at it, because I will tell you, I was fumbling all over myself when I first started, but you grow. And really, if you're not growing, you're dying. So I love the fact that we have a lot of growth in this opportunity and we have a lot of growth that we help teach. But you have to be coachable because there are certain times where you're like, okay, I feel like I've tapped, like I'm talking to nobody here or whatever. And you're like, okay, well, let's figure out if we can find some more people, who I guarantee you can think of 5 people on your hand that need better health. You guys, we live in a country that everybody can use better health.
Hmm.
And I will say, last, we kind of talked about this. I'm going to give you this, but keep in mind, we have yet to have the details drop, right? So we don't have the details on what you exactly need. But last year, I will tell you, all of you people who are sitting there going, it can't be that easy. Let me just tell you, last year we had multiple people join this and start fairly quickly, and we're able to have 11 people sign up with them over a course of like 6 weeks, and they all earned their trip. They all earned a all-inclusive paid for trip to Cancun for them and a plus one. So I'm telling you, when I say it's truly simple, you get on there, you share what this is doing for you. Every day you give an update, every week you give an update. You share the products, you let them know what they're for, you talk to people about it, you watch people and you're like, oh my gosh, this person could probably really benefit from him. Hey, like, I thought about you, this has really helped me, I thought maybe it would help you too. And they're like, thank you, I'd love to look at it, like, it is super simple. And the fact that you can earn a 10,000 plus dollar trip for sharing with 10 or 11 people or 12 people is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Just
And
be
so,
real and be relatable and be you and know that you're
yeah,
never alone. Like whoever invited you here,
yeah.
um, is going to help you every step of the way. We're
Mhm.
here to help you. We lock arms. We help people answer questions. Like you are literally never alone. I encourage every single one of my people when they have somebody that has a question to throw them in a three-way message with me. It works. And it's how I learned to talk to people about gut health.
Yeah.
I was a nurse. I didn't know how to talk to people about gut health. So, like, don't feel bad if you're like, I don't, well, I got somebody that said yes. I put a post up that I was doing this thing and somebody said yes. Now what do I do? That deer in the headlights. We've all been there. We've all done that. Some
Yeah.
days we
And
still
that's
do.
coming from your nurses, people.
Yeah. So, like,
Like,
stop, don't make it hard. Like, just use us, throw us in
yeah,
messages. Like, we literally are here to support you. And when we say that, we mean it. I've
yeah,
been in situations where they say it but don't mean it when you
yeah,
actually need them. This is true.
yeah.
And so um I want everybody here to get with the person who invited you tonight and share with them what your thoughts were. Um if you're ready to go to Disney, if you'd like more information, and if you want to
Mhm.
be invited, I would love for you to be on the number 2 call because this is just the beginning. This is just a visionary, dreaming big, letting you know that every single person on here undoubtedly can and will earn Disney if you want to, if you're coachable, willing, and hungry.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
Um, and I want you to think about who you want to help earn it with you. Like
Mhm.
find somebody that you're like, man, my friend from high school, like I just saw her posting the other day about how they're struggling or they're, living paycheck to paycheck. Like I promise you, if they're struggling and living paycheck to paycheck, a Disney World trip is not on their radar. And this
Yeah,
could be a huge blessing to them while they also earn an extra stream of income. And they might need somebody to believe for them because I did. I needed Hannah to believe for me.
yeah,
Until I could believe for myself. And it took a lot of her believing for me. Bless her heart. But now I get to believe for you and you and you and all of these people. And it is the most beautiful thing. Last year, I was able to help 4 women on my team go to Cancun and bring somebody with them. And let me
Mhm.
tell you, that was a much bigger blessing than earning it on my own. So I
Yeah.
want you to get off of this call and think of who you're going to bring with you to the second one, because there's going to be another one and we are here to support you.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Have you, I was going to say, we have a lot of twos in the chat, which I appreciate. Thank you all.
Are there any
Love
poop
it. I
emojis?
love it so much. Okay, I'm going to read through these real quick because I want to make sure if you guys have any questions, please feel free to unmute. I did see a question at one point and it says, is Plexus safe while breastfeeding?
Oh,
And
Julia, that one's perfect
I
for
will
you.
happily take this as a 17-year labor and delivery high risk obstetrics nurse. Yes, it is. So the gut health system is completely safe with breastfeeding. It is actually a phenomenal tool to be able to not only support you, but it supports your baby, which is amazing. I've had many moms use these products. And then afterwards, they're like, why is my baby's eczema gone? Well, it's because your ProBio 5 and your gut health system are working not only for you, but also for your baby. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Honest to God, I wish I would have known about these products before I was pregnant because I would have had a lot less issues with my pregnancy because I had terrible heartburn and lots of gut issues. And there's also studies, I'm just going to go a little geekish on you. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of studies coming out that actually tells you that the health of the mom and the dad's microbiome when they conceive a baby will determine the health of your baby's microbiome when the baby is born. And so if that doesn't tell you that gut health is important, I mean, I feel like nothing will because your gut health is going to determine your baby's gut health. So that is something we need to take good care of. So great question. Is it Kristen? Right? Yes. Awesome. Thank you, Kristen. And look at that sweet baby. Oh my goodness. So sweet. I love it. Okay. Who else? Anybody else have one that I missed? Because I didn't see any more that were on here.
And you may have, I don't know if you've seen the studies too, that I have also heard that it can help with milk production. I have had
100%.
some customers that have struggled with that and then got on the gut health system and shared that they
And
had
so
improvement with that.
we'll not geek out too much on this, but
Oh, please.
because your gut is responsible for a lot of the balancing of your hormones, specifically insulin. Insulin is a big proponent of your milk supply. And so when you begin to balance out those hormone levels in your gut, your insulin levels are more consistent. So your milk supply typically is more for a lot of moms. So another reason, number two reason that I needed gut health whenever I was having babies. What else, girls and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen?
Any other questions? We are open books.
Yeah. If you guys ever have questions, please don't ever friend us on Facebook, send us questions. I will tell you, okay, we'll end with this, but I want to tell you, I don't know if any of you other ladies or gentlemen out there have other experience in other network marketing companies or social selling companies, but in my experience, typically whenever you're interacting with people, it's really hard to ask questions to other teams because typically they won't give you the time of day if they don't make money off of you. That's my experience with other companies. That's probably why that has been given bad raps in the past of these types of companies. But I will tell you, Plexus is very different with that because I answer questions for people on other teams all the time. I have diamonds who are the highest level in our company that I can reach out to at any point in time with questions or concerns, and they will return my message. They're an incredible company that really, really sticks together as community. Go, Matt. What do you got?
So I had a question for you.
Yeah.
When it comes, I mean, my background being in nutrition stuff and working with athletes and all, I get to a point I've been doing it for so long that it's kind of funny we encountered each other when we did, and
I know, right?
I believe things happen for a reason, right?
100%.
But to move that forward, people are either going to take pharmaceuticals or they're going to take supplements, right?
Yep.
Make a decision.
Yep.
So from your background, let's, you know, let's say somebody's got gut issues or what have you. Um, Does their insurance cover that, or like how many prescriptions are they buying? What would be a cost to a person? Let's say they have health insurance. Obviously it depends on their plan, but let's say it's a deductible of, I don't know, $2,000, let's say, and
Okay.
they need to go get prescriptions. What would be a ballpark cost for somebody that um, insulin issues, um, potential liver issues, visceral fat, um,
Yeah.
fatty liver. These what is there like a dollar amount that you could say, or how many prescriptions they might have to buy, and what would be a cost associated, ballpark?
So when you're saying prescriptions, are you talking about the supplements? Just to
No,
clarify.
no, they're
Okay, you're
going
talking
to
about prescriptions that they would have to be taking.
they're going to the doctor,
Okay.
and the doctor loves to write prescriptions.
Okay. Yes.
So you have some people that have got three, four, five, six, eight
Right.
prescriptions based on what their situation is. But when it comes down to like gut health, you've got fatty liver, you've got, potentially insulin resistance, you've
Yeah.
got high blood pressure, you have no energy, you know, what would be kind of a prescription that a doctor might write? I don't necessarily need to know the name, but is this
Right.
an out-of-pocket cost to a patient?
So, and Aaron, you'll help me answer this too, because you probably, especially coming from ER, is going to have a lot more on this too. But yes, so a lot of times your insurance, it depends on your insurance coverage.
Right,
So
right.
some people with their insurance coverage, they'll pay $30 a month for one prescription, sometimes $4 a month. Some of them are $600 a month. I've had my
Okay,
parents who have good insurance who've had medications come through that they want $600 a month for them.
right.
So there's an array and a very vast array of cost.
Hmm.
But Aaron, what would you say to that?
Yeah, I would have to agree. It depends on what the physician prescribes, which there's a lot of factors that go into what they choose to prescribe. We'll not necessarily get in on that, but I could probably have a whole TED talk on that topic. But it does vary. It can be like, I mean, there's $4 prescriptions out there that you can get. Or there's $700 prescriptions, depending upon what they prescribe, if there's any competition from a big pharma standpoint or whatnot. But I think for me, my automatic thought is not what the cost financially is, but the cost long term on your body is, because so many of those prescriptions come with um, detriment to
Yeah,
your major organs, to your liver, to your kidneys,
yep,
um, to your gut, that then you go in because you're having other issues and they're going to put you on more prescriptions
right,
unless you're targeting the root. So ultimately, the cost to me is my quality of life. And
right,
I'm going to choose a more natural approach every single time and educate my patients and my family to do the same when
right.
I can.
Well, and I think that's kind of like where we are in society today, whereas you go back 25, 20 years ago, even
Yeah.
10 years ago, there's a lot of knowledge and products out there, such as we offer, that
Yeah.
really people were clueless of. Everybody, you know,
Yes.
generations, you go to the doctor, right? They tell you, oh, you got this, that, you got to get a prescription for this, that, and the other thing. And the reason I ask is like some people might perceive the cost of some things are expensive, right? And it's and
Yeah.
it's all and it's all relative, right? To me, it's like, what is your health worth, right?
Exactly.
And then a lot of these um, pharmaceuticals have side effects. Some of them are very, very bad. But people get accustomed to they believe the doctor, right? Like nobody questions the doctor. And
Right.
I'm and when I write eating programs for athletes and people, it's like you should question everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
Educate yourself.
right.
As a
So
nurse, that's probably one of the most frustrating things is hearing, well, but my doctor said, and they
right,
didn't question it. They
right,
never questioned it. No,
right.
and that's not me. I love and respect a lot of physicians that
Yeah.
I've worked with in the past, but I also have seen the practice firsthand. And
Mhm.
um, we should always question. You should
Right,
question. You should know what are the side effects of that medication that I'm
Yeah.
putting in my body.
And I think to another answer to your question, Matt, and it's such a good question because I think that's the thing is
Yes.
that's why Erin and I and everybody else who does this for a living have become, I feel like, so passionate about educating people about gut health specifically
Right.
because when we're able to educate them in the sense of also still being loving, but also saying, hey, like, have you ever thought about the fact that your heart medication is hard on your kidneys? And if
Right.
you are taking a blood pressure medication for 30 years, what that's doing over time to your kidneys or to your liver, and starting to pull out those questions. Because I
Right.
will tell you, in all honesty, 10 years ago, I didn't think it that way. I
Mm-mm.
knew in my mind that there was a reason that we had side effects and all these different things, but
Yeah.
I really didn't think too much about it until I started seeing things in the industry that I was like, what in the world? Why are we doing this? And then
Yeah.
I started questioning and looking things up for myself. And
Well, it's
I will say, when you start to do that and you start opening those doors, I feel like, and that's up to us, right? We can
Right.
ask good questions to get them thinking for themselves. Because just to your point, how much do you spend? You have liver disease. Not
Well,
you,
that's
not
well,
you, but like,
that's a question I'm asking because that's a question I would ask. I think
right.
when you ask questions, you'll find out everything you want to know.
Yes,
But
exactly.
but you're going to talk to some people, and price, price is always part of an equation. It
Correct.
doesn't mean it's the number one factor, but yet it's almost you have to have a rebuttal
Yeah,
to the
true.
question, which is the added value in the long-term effects and things like this. And so,
yes.
Yeah.
And it's
So,
helping them see that value.
right,
And
right,
yeah.
you really touched on something that I was talking to somebody about earlier today was there comes a point where we, like Julia was saying, we obviously have been nurses around the same amount of time. And when I was in school and how I was trained, and even Dr. Shaw said in medical school, you don't learn these things. That's not
Yeah.
how you are educated. That's not how you are educated or trained. And I hope that changes. I would
Mhm.
love to be a part of that change. And you hit the nail on the head, Matt, when you said, for 30 years, we've just been going to our doctor, and whatever the doctor says, we just believe him and we don't ever ask questions or look into it for ourselves. And I do think that to some extent, for a long period of time, because I was part of it, I wasn't intentionally trying to hurt anybody or myself or my family, but I didn't have the knowledge, education, and research or awareness about gut health. And I
right.
think once we have that, and now we do have so much of it, that it's borderline negligent to
Mm-hmm.
not share about it. And that's why we say it in a little bit of a nicer way. We don't want to be a blessing blocker to anyone in their health, financial status, or anything. But truly, like once you're aware of treating the root, provides not only a much safer, more natural approach, but a greater quality of overall life, then if you're keeping that to yourself, you are keeping that blessing from others.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I've struggled with as a nurse and seeing it like now going in at bedside. I mean, I will be in that room educating my patient longer than
Yeah.
most nurses because I'm like, I want you to understand what is happening here, you know?
Yeah. Well, and Matt, maybe this will help kind of answer and help you give you a rebuttal too. Aside from the education piece, with Plexus, if you think of either the gut system or even the GLP-1 support system, both of those are approximately $150 a month, right? So if you break those down to the day, a lot of them are less than $5 a day.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of times when I have people that struggle with the cost objective, I will break that down for them. And I'm like, how much do you spend eating out every week?
Oh
How
yeah,
much do
oh
you,
yeah,
you know what I mean? And kind of start to pull them out and say, is your health worth investing $4 a day?
yeah,
Is it worth investing? Because really, if the bare minimum of what they do is that gut health system, it's like $3 a day. So
yeah.
it breaks it down to where when our brains get out of the way and we start to think about
Well,
that, we're like, oh, okay, $3 a day. Like that's more than my Frappuccino that is poisoning me, you know?
well, it's like
So
what's the cost of your health?
exactly,
Like
exactly.
what's it worth to you, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Yep.
because it's funny on my side of writing eating programs, you'd be amazed of I've dealt with world-class athletes, spin instructors, the list goes on. It's amazing how many people are so poorly educated about nutrition and food.
Yeah.
And so
Yep.
it's the educational process. And as I
Yeah.
told you, it's like if I can get them to not need me in 3 months, I've done my job.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
And
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
but I think it's the same, when you get people when you're talking about these things, it's the education
Yeah.
of getting people to understand so a light bulb goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Awesome.
That's so good.
Great
Thank you.
question. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, you guys. I am so excited you guys showed up tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Erin, do you have anything else to add?
I don't
It's
think
been
so.
so good.
Yeah, it's been so good. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah.
Don't forget to dream big for you and for someone else. Bring them along.
Yes.
Do it together. It's so much more fun, and
So
we're
much
here
funner, you
for
guys.
it. But no matter what your dream is, big or small, whether it's going to Disney, whether it's just better health, staying at home with your kids, or paying off debt, like we want to help you reach those dreams, and we'll do it together.
Yes. Okay. And we will be in touch shortly about number 2. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. We're going to have a big number 2.
That's right. We're going to have a big number 2.
Boom.
You're welcome, you guys. All right, you guys. Have a good night. Thanks for being on. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Blessings. Bye, guys.
Bye.